Okay, well, listen. Hey, we're back, and let me begin by saying we are sponsored by none other than Canadian Dice, CanadianDice.ca. For all your dice needs, go over to CanadianDice.ca and type in the code OMRD for Old Men Rolling Dice, and you'll get 15% off. 15.
So if you need math rocks,
impressive.
If you need math rocks,
And don't we all?
Put in that code.
We do.
And they send you dice.
I will say this: we're coming up on the Christmas season, and if you have a gamer in your life, maybe, well, if you're here listening to us, you're probably already a gamer. But if you're not a gamer, dice are the perfect gift. The gift that keeps on giving.
Even if you have enemies, just buy a D4.
Even with that one,
buy a
them in front of your house.
Oh,
yeah.
It's a long
like caltrops.
It's a long story,
Caltrops?
but I almost was forbidden from playing D&D, and it was not satanic panic or anything like that. But my dad stepped on a 4-sided dice, and that almost ended my D. I was about 11. It almost ended D&D at my house. Vampire is a game that involves horror and blood and gore and violence and power inequities and things that you may find uncomfortable. My players and I have gone through some safety checks to know where we're comfortable and where we're not comfortable. If you are playing a game like this, I highly recommend you use something like that. If at any time our game makes you feel uncomfortable, feel free to walk away, turn us off, pause, come back later and check out what's going on. Or if it's really bothersome, come back another night when we're playing something else. You do you, but we'll throw that warning out there that Vampire the Masquerade sort of deals with some mature subject matter. Get your dentures out. We're going to trailer. We'll be right back. What has occurred to me is that when we go off camera, this is not a horror game.
What do you mean? It's a comedy show.
Yes. Oh boy. Okay, so last time we finished off by investigating the apartment of a woman by the name of Delilah Santos, I think it was. Mm-hmm. Am I right?
My Delilah.
Definitely.
Delilah Santos, and what we found a couple things. We found a case. First of all, we found that she likes blue dresses just like Tony.
I don't like blue dresses.
Yeah, like might be too strong a word there. I think she has to wear blue dresses like Tony.
That's fair. Okay, let me rephrase. She has blue dresses like Tony. End point. She had a case in the bottom of her closet with where the lock had been broken, and inside was a mask that was feline or cat-like in nature, and there was a riding crop in there too. And we're take away from that what you will. If you haven't seen the clip, it's amazing for Gray's reaction. Sorry, it wasn't Gray. Emily's like, no, that was Emily's
It was
reaction.
just fully my own reaction.
It was totally
my own personal.
In her office. In her office, you found a computer tower that had been unplugged from the monitors and everything and had been smashed. However,
Indeed.
the hard drives inside were taken, and Kieran is a little bit of a computer guy and was going to try to get the information off of those.
Among the other things Kieran is notorious for.
I'm not sure if we were kind of rushed at the end there. I would like to say this, that you found it odd, Kieran, that they didn't just take the tower. Like, why just smash it and run?
Or at least just the discs.
Yeah.
Leave them in there.
It was
Or
so
smash both the hard drives.
maybe they didn't know what they were doing when it came to technology, and they were just trying to make a quick solution. Maybe they were interrupted. Maybe they had to leave with haste and they didn't have time to do any of that shit. So they just, it looks like someone put a boot to the computer a couple times, like just stomped on it.
Beep, beep.
Threw it against the wall.
Hey, I understand.
Left.
I once had Windows 98 too.
Perfect.
Relatable
Oh
also.
my gosh, the fact that we're all just like, that's funny.
Somewhere out there's a Gen Z going, I don't get it. What's Windows
I just
98?
had a flash in my head of watching Windows 98 try to load on a laptop.
I heard
on
it
a
in my
table.
ears. I heard it in my ears.
Yeah, the screeching.
Marty's even laughing.
Marty hated Windows 98.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here we're gonna move ahead a couple nights here as Kieran takes some time to get the files. Maybe we'll just say one night. We're gonna move ahead one night since you checked out the apartment. Can I have everyone start our night off by making a rouse check as you wake from slumber, and do you get more hungry?
How do I get
I'm
back
guessing
to
that's
page
a
one
yes.
of my character sheet?
How do you what?
How do I get back to page one of my character sheet?
There should be something on the sheet that says front, right up at the top, front reverse.
Oh,
Click the
yeah,
front
you're not
button.
wrong. There is. Okay, great. I'm there.
Then
Sorry.
scroll down to hunger.
Okay, and click rouse check.
Yeah.
Got it.
Well, Tony,
Rolled a one.
you're waking up very, very hungry. But we'll get to that in a moment. Kieran, you have managed to get a fair chunk of information off of these discs. Now, would the four of you have maybe arranged for a time to meet up to share this information? And if so, where do you think the group would meet?
Emily's church.
Yeah, I mean, lots of
hard
different
to
kinds of
repeat
people
this.
come in and out all the time, so it
Oh,
actually
true. Yeah, so that actually could work.
could work.
So do you want to do that? Would you like to go to the Church of Means?
Mm-hmm.
Can I also have members of my congregation be on the lookout for the kind of vehicles the police officer said were around? Didn't he say they were like four-wheelers or something?
Well,
Trucks.
he said they were trucks.
Or trucks.
And
But like off-road kind or something
yeah,
like that.
they had been sort of jacked up a little bit, that they could go off-road if
Yeah.
need be. Mm-hmm. Do you want to spread that through the herd, that you'd like them to keep an eye out for these vehicles, that there are trouble in the area?
Yeah, and just like call the like neighborhood watch or police like tip line or something.
Okay.
Since there was someone murdered lived in the area or whatever.
Do you let them know that someone's, because the report was never...
Oh, well, if that was never made public, then no.
Okay.
I'll just say the police were looking into some suspicious vehicles and
So one by one, your kindred friends arrive, your kindred allies, your coterie, and what kind of the Church of Means is still getting its legs under it. So like, what are we meeting around? I'm not thinking a board table. Is it like a lunch table or something? What Emily? What do you think? What do you think in the Church of Means? What's your boardroom look like?
Oh gosh.
Or maybe it's just your office.
I mean, we're probably just in my office. I was
Okay.
gonna say it's not.
Pull up a couple chairs and that.
Yeah, there's probably a more public room that's like for coffee and like the little seminars or
Yes,
whatever.
yes.
But for a private conversation, I assume I just bring people into my office.
Sure, I think that's a good idea. So you guys are sitting in, I will say, a rather meager office, as we're not doing that well yet. We're still getting things under our enormous wings of wealth here. So what Kieran has recovered and I'm just going to go through sort of what he discovered and what he relays. So Delilah's computer, the main hard drive was mostly just business. And she was working after hours as a travel agent of types. And everything that he could recover off the damaged hard drive looked, very mundane, and I will use the word in quotes, mortal. However, on this secondary drive, there was a password, but Kieran got around that with little trouble. And Delilah has a number on this second hard drive. Delilah has a number of self-help books, a number of psychology books, and a number of books about split personality disorder. All in PDF form. Kieran thinks that, and I will say that Kieran thinks whoever smashed the computer accessed all of this by examining, here we go, a prefetch file.
You got it. Good job.
Computer lingo. Kieran also was able to recover a cell phone backup file. And she has a large number, she being Delilah. Delilah has a large number of notes sort of reminding herself. Like there's these notes with these massive titles in all caps. Don't forget! ! Or Delilah, remember! ! And inside of these notes, there's a few things that grab Kieran's attention. So some of her notes refer to a Selena. And she makes note that Selena craves men. And Delilah fears that Selena wants to hurt them. Selena might, she goes so far as to say, Selena might hate men. She wants to feed on them and hurt them. Delilah makes notes of where Selena hunts around Toronto, and most of them are bars in the downtown core in sort of the entertainment district of Toronto. Delilah is hoping she can save some of these men. She makes mention of them, and she names 3 of them by name: an Eric, a Dawson, and a Cisco. And Cisco lines up with this vampire that broke the Masquerade. Delilah fears that Selena's sire has been sort of instructing her wrong, and she thinks Selena's sire is actually wants her to hurt people, like wants her to not just drink, but actually cause physical harm, even, I would say, go so far as to kill them. Delilah has a couple different reminders to meet with her sire at the Hard Swallow, which, as you know, is the bar that Kieran's sire previously owned and had a mysterious fire. And we learned from the Baroness that Skinny was staked inside the building. You're not sure how she's come to learn that, but she did make mention of that at Peaches when she met with you. Also in this note, it mentions her sire is friends with the owner, Skinny, and to respect Skinny. And that Skinny has a child too, and that her sire mentioned he's in a punk band.
That's me.
And maybe she could befriend him, she's thinking. She makes some notes here. This is almost like journal entries, and she needs more allies. She feels like if she's going to get by as this vampire thing she's become, she's going to need allies. So maybe Skinny's child. And she has a note to remember to ask about him. Delilah has a note on safe places to go around Toronto. The Hard Swallow and Skinny are mentioned. She also mentions the Kingsview Women's Shelter and Kitten. But there's no reference as to who Kitten is. The last is a club in Scarborough. Now, you're in the west end of the city. The heart of the city is controlled by the Camarilla, and then there's the east end of the city, which is Scarborough. And in Scarborough, there's a club that's called The Cave, and there is a note to ask for Jake. So it's unclear whether she's been there before, but someone has noted that this is a safe place for Anarch vampires to go. Also, probably to note, Justine would have no power on the east side of the city. There would be a different Baron in control there. Last, there's mention of someone named Gavin. Gavin doesn't hurt people. He drinks from blood bags, which has her curious. Gavin owns a body shop. He really likes cars. Maybe she can get him a car using her powers, which makes you think that maybe she has the dominate ability or awe or some way of manipulating people. Because she mentions, like, if she can get him a car, then maybe that, again, this would open up a friendship, a safety net for her. She also says I should ask if he can get me some blood bags. Then I wouldn't need to hurt people either. And then there's like an update note under that says the police have arrested some guy at a hospital who was smuggling blood, and she wonders if Gavin's the link. Like, was this person smuggling blood for Gavin?
Mm.
And that's the information contained sort of in the file that is downloaded, the phone backup file. I would also maybe add to this, Kieran, you think her taste in music is atrocious.
Oh, absolutely.
Surprise, surprise.
Ah.
Does it seem like she thinks she has multiple, or had multiple personalities, or that she thought someone else had multiple personalities and she was studying them?
Interestingly enough, there's no... with the exception of trying to make friends and trying to make allies, there's no, the self-help PDFs, the psychology PDFs, and the split personality disorder PDFs, there's nothing to sort of tie them to really anything.
Anything else?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
But you did learn that a number of anarchs in the, in Etobicoke felt that Delilah was maybe a little unhinged.
Strange.
Unhinged.
Few bats short of a belfry.
Yes. So Kieran gives you all that information, and now the four of you sit, quietly in Gray's office. It's early evening still.
So what's next? Try and track down Gavin and Selena before the Inquisition do?
Yeah. See if we can at least find out about them. Where they've been, why they were important to her, and if they're in danger.
Or who they're putting in danger.
Mm.
Well, it's all of us that they're putting in danger. At least Selena. She's going to be a masquerade breach if her sire's not teaching her properly.
Yeah.
Speaking of sires, the punk rocker mentioned sounds pretty familiar. Tony looks directly at you.
I never met this lady. She did have a flyer for the club. I put that on the table.
Yeah, that was, but I forgot to mention that.
That was in her apartment.
Yeah, she was reading 50 Shades, and that was being used as a bookmark.
So you didn't meet her, but she was at one of your shows.
I was planning to be. I mean, everyone wants to see Kieran.
Yeah, you're famous,
The
man.
date on that is not a future show.
Yeah, the show is a past show.
She never approached me. Don't know what to tell you.
And now all the evidence is gone from the club because the club is burned down, no? Mysteriously.
Shoddy electrical work.
Yeah. Yeah,
you
so
keep
I
saying.
heard. Yeah. Fair enough.
Shame about that guy that owned the place.
Yeah, real shame. Anyway,
Wow, okay.
I mean, you wouldn't be the first person that didn't like his sire. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this guy?
what do I know about him, DM?
This is entirely
dead.
up to you. Entirely
He's
up to
dead.
you, my friend.
Died in a club
Wow.
fire.
Yeah.
Mysteriously.
He dead.
You guys did hear Justine question
Brutal.
Kieran about being the one who killed Skinny,
Yeah.
but Kieran denied that.
All I'll say is that he wasn't a real punk. He wasn't true to the Anarch cause.
As you say that, Kieran, your cell phone goes off. It dings. Someone texts you. Yeah,
Anna?
please tell me what your text message for Rory would be.
It's like a warning. Oh shit!
So there's a text message that comes in while you're talking to everyone.
All right, I read it and kind of go, shit. Put it in my pocket again.
It says, "Where
Don't
are you?
reply.
Where are you?"
Fine, give me a second. I'm out with the band. I'll see you at home in the morning. Kissy face.
Do any of us see what he's texting?
Why don't you give me a wits and awareness check? Does anyone have heightened senses with their auspex? They can really go in for a close look.
Not me.
Otherwise, anybody who would like to can roll wits and awareness to see if they can see what's going on.
Hope there's no critical fails. I'm just trying to read someone's private phone message here, guys.
I mean, you never know.
I'm not going to take that chance.
So awareness first, rather. Awareness, then wits, right? On the character sheet?
Oh, I'm going for it.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Tony, you don't see the words, but you definitely see that he puts a kissy face emoji at the end.
Electronic leash. Someone at home waiting for you.
You see the 3 dots happening, Kieran. Like, there's a message coming back.
But it's really long. It's takes forever to get there.
It's well, Tony's talking to you, but you notice those going.
Yeah, I might have to step. I might have to make a quick phone call here, guys. Let's just see what the next.
The text message comes back. It's like, "Don't you fucking kissy face me. I just talked to Crystal and she said there's no band tonight. Where are you?"
Can I give you some professional advice? Honesty is generally the best policy.
Love, we're vampires.
I think you're calling the wrong person love.
I respond back. I meant the other band.
The wedding. The wedding.
The wedding band.
The wedding band. Gray, just so you know, your next roll, the difficulty will be decreased from chat.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you, chat. Thanks a lot for bringing people into my private affairs. Really appreciate it.
The next text message you get, there's no way she could have typed this. She's got to be going voice to text. And it is long. It is just a berating page of you're never around anymore. You are acting funny all the time. I thought it was a little fucking weird when you made me put up the plywood over the window in the bedroom and the heavy drapes. I don't get what's happening with you. You sleep all day. And I think it's wearing off on me because some mornings I'm waking up really tired. And what the fuck is going on here? We were supposed to talk about it tonight. And I come home and you're nowhere.
Hey, Kieran, is everything okay?
It will be. Just gotta work some of my magic and get things under control.
You sure you don't need one of us to work our magic to help you out?
Well,
Make sure
I
you
mean-
can focus on your priorities.
No, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna text back. This always works. I'll tell you what. When I come home, I'll bring Chinese food, and we'll talk about it. I love you lots, but I got a gig tonight to make some cash. Love you, babe. Kissy face, and then some kind of GIF.
Okay.
This is pulling on all my relationship experience, real life relationship.
Why don't you how hungry are you, Kieran?
Real life?
No.
Indie game. Oh.
Do you need a sandwich?
What's
I
your-
can always have a
What's
Uh,
Kieran's hunger at? Is it at 2?
2.
Oh, okay,
Two,
not
yeah.
too bad then.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
No.
I mean, you could definitely go for a bite if you know what I'm saying.
Of course.
Why don't you give me a charisma, persuasion charisma?
Persuasion, charisma. Now, can I use my seduction specialty? On this one?
Sure. What was the? It was the
Over
GIF.
text message?
Was the GIF in that direction?
It was a very amorous gift.
I'm sorry, but I'm
Amorous
never
gift.
seduced by a text message.
I'm not. I'm not saying it's going to be an easy difficulty. Okay, give me that roll.
Persuasion, charisma.
Persuasion, charisma, and when it asks for a modifier, you can add 1 for your seduction specialty. I can only imagine what that GIF was.
The pool size. It's from my own private collection.
the ones that you make of your girlfriends,
Yeah, don't send the wrong one.
right?
Yeah, like when the message you get back is like it again. The rant just continues in that, like, you're acting fucking weird, and you just think that Chinese food fixes everything. And I don't know what that GIF is about, but that is certainly not an appropriate description of our relationship. And
I don't know why I'm getting so much enjoyment out of this. I'm so sorry.
she tells you to go fuck yourself, and then you know, and that's the wall of text there. You don't think it ended. Your feeling is it could have gone better.
At this point,
sometimes you just let it stew.
Yeah, and then a few moments later, you know, you're looking at
Sometimes
everyone.
the stew goes rotten.
They're looking at you, and then there's like an added note like, you better bring sweet and sour pork.
Boom! Works every time. I'm a master of manipulation.
You're a master of something, yeah.
Gray definitely does not take that seriously.
Yeah, I don't.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Master
walk over and like
manipulation.
lay my
Okay.
arm over his shoulder and be like, "You're a master of something, but it definitely does not smell like manipulation."
Look, let's not focus on me. Let's focus on the task at hand, okay? I don't get involved in your personal lives.
We don't bring it with us.
That's fair.
You're sitting in my personal life. This is what I do.
And
All
Gray looks very
business.
serious, right? Very serious.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Jacques, just to bring you up to speed, your father's memorial service is tomorrow night. So you don't have
Okay.
any sort of time restraints on this evening.
Okay. Fair enough.
Life lesson learned tonight. Let it stew.
Hey, chat. I'm glad I could be of help. Okay.
Relationship advice from Kieran.
Yeah.
Column starting soon in the
The
newspaper.
more you know.
Let it stew.
Let us do. That's the name of the column.
I love it.
I need that on a t-shirt with like a big pot of stew.
Let it stew.
with like eyeballs
stew.
in it and
And some vampire teeth.
Couple of fingers
Vampire
sticking
teeth.
out.
A cell phone.
Relationship
Yeah.
advice. Let it stew.
a cell phone. That yes. Yeah.
Chinese food
Great.
solves everything.
A cell
Yeah, the
phone,
box below
chopsticks.
main.
Bad gift.
Yeah, right.
Chocolates are dead. It's the gifts now.
It's Chinese food, sweet and sour.
Okay.
Oh
Yes.
gosh.
Love it.
So what plans do you come up with in Gray's office? Because we've already established that Kieran is not the best lover.
That is
Oh,
absolutely
he comes
not
all
been
the way to not the
established.
best lover.
Called it on screen.
Not just not that good boyfriend, not good lover.
Actually, Kieran, can you do me a favor? Can you roll me?
Flush of life.
I would like you to roll me. This is actually, these don't happen very often, but we're going to do a double attribute roll. You're going to give me a resolve plus composure roll.
A resolve plus composure. Got it.
Mhm.
Regular pool size?
Yeah, 2. And chat has just increased difficulty on this roll by 1.
So that's typically a 3.
Wow.
Chat, I give you my best advice, and this is what you do, chat?
Wow. Kieran, I would...
Difficulty of 3 with only 3 dice.
Listen,
Bummer.
between the lambasting that Rory just gave you, and then basically everyone in the office having a laugh at you, I would like you to take 2 willpower damage.
2?
Wow.
As you missed,
Too full?
Raw.
you missed the success by 2, so just slashes. Yep, 2. But that means that you only have 1 willpower left to spend.
Thanks, chat.
And you can feel your Bruja blood boiling. Bruja frenzy much easier than any other vampire. They do not handle anger well. And those of you in the room can see that Kieran is more than a little flamed at everything.
Oof.
Hey, Kieran, you okay over there?
I'm fine.
Okie dokie.
Never mind all that. We have stuff to
I gotta
do.
step back.
No?
Oh.
Same.
Look. We have places
Okay.
to go tonight, all right?
So who should go where then, do you think, Gray? And who should go
Well,
with who?
there was that club, or several clubs. I don't know that I would necessarily fit the part. I have a lot of turtlenecks. You know what I mean?
Yes, I think I do.
I don't feel like
Kieran,
they're
do you
kinda-
want to go to the club with me?
Yeah. Blow
Yeah.
some steam.
I think we'll fit in better there than the maybe Gray. We'll see.
Yeah.
As long
And
as
will
we
you
don't cause
two
too
fit
much trouble.
on your bike?
Yeah, we'll both go on my bike. It's gonna be great.
Do you have a helmet?
Kieran takes another willpower damage for riding on the bench seat.
I do.
Oh.
Okay, are you going to be riding on the bike then, the 2 of you?
I don't think Rory would give me a ride this time if I called her.
I mean, you can try.
No, I've already taken enough willpower damage at this point.
The alternative is that you could subway it.
Yeah.
Oh. Let's take public transit.
Or we could force Gray to go to the club and you can come in the Camry.
The club, just to be clear,
Also a
the
good
club
option.
is downtown?
The club is in the cave.
Scarborough.
The cave is in Scarborough, which is on the other end of the city.
How many bodies of water would I have to cross?
You would have to cross the Humber River.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going there.
Yeah, because
That answers
I mean,
that.
I could always try,
do
but
you let them know? Do you let the group know that you can't cross? That you have a
no, I
Okay.
just stick with my. I don't think I'd fit in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kieran, you're gonna meet me over there. So this is the plan.
I'll take the subway.
Fair enough. I'll see you there, man.
Enjoy your ride.
Thanks.
And where are our other two vampires going?
Trying to find out about Selena? Or was she... Did she have a connection to the women's shelter? Or was that
The women's shelter.
something else?
The women's shelter was just listed as a safe place for Delilah to go, and that someone or
Oh.
something there named Kitten was mentioned.
We could. I do have connections at the women's shelter, as well as connections within the medical field. So we could run down any leads that we might be able to find on both Selena and Delilah. Maybe see if either of them has been treated
Yeah.
for any mental disorders, since I do specialize in that, and see who we might find at the women's shelter.
Yeah. Maybe they know how to get a hold of other people that Delilah was in touch with or anything. I don't know.
Or see if Delilah found anything on Selena.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Okay.
And Kieran, you swear you don't know anything about this woman.
Only what I've told you.
Okay.
Do I look like I'd lie to you?
You look like you just lied to your
Oh.
girlfriend.
Everyone
In
lies
front
to
of all of us, huh?
Everyone lies to their girlfriend. Especially when you're a vampire. What am I supposed to say? Oh, sorry, love. Sorry I had to put those drapes up and won't sleep all day. I'm a vampire.
You didn't have to lie to her about where you are.
Oh, sure. I'm at the Church of Means, a weird religious cult, because I'm a vampire.
Hey, community organization.
Yeah. Whatever you tell yourself, love.
Okay.
I'm
well-
meeting with 3 new friends to figure out something going on in my new community.
3 women friends. I mean, Rory trusts you, right?
2 women
Probably not.
friends and a man from out of town.
And
Yeah.
an odd lumberjack man. Yes, obviously.
Yeah. Like,
Oh yeah, sorry. 2 women
come
and
on.
Jesus.
I'm a-
Can you not see the very obvious beard? God.
Yes, I know. I'm such
Wow.
I'm such an a-hole. Okay, let's do the shelter. Are we going to do in the shelter first? Do you want to do that first?
Sure.
Okay.
Can do that.
So the 2 of you make your way over to the Kingsview Village Women's Shelter. It's a 3-story building. I don't know that Gray has ever been inside, but Tony has, and it's sort of like the first floor is devoted to sort of the office paperwork, bookkeeping sides of things for the building. It also has a number of rooms where you can meet with clients there, people like yourself in therapy and social services. And then the 2 levels above are sort of like dormitory-like, bedrooms with shared bathrooms on the floor, on each floor. So you come to the front door, there's security there, and they buzz you through, recognizing Tony. And I'm going to say that Susanna Doyle is working tonight, which is fortuitous for Tony, as they know one another. She's sort of a manager there at the shelter, and sort of like the evening manager. She doesn't stay through the entire night, but she is there quite late, and then on call for the remainder of the evening. And she comes out of her office and sees you, smiles. Hi, this is a pleasant surprise. A little late for a visit, though, Tony. Is there something I can help you with? Was there someone that you were speaking to here before? Or I wasn't aware of any cases.
I was actually hoping to see you, Susanna. It's great to see you. I'm so sorry it's been a little bit since I've been by. But I'm actually looking into some information on a possible client. She might have had some contact here. Hoping you might be able to help me.
There's a dog outside barking on the street. It's Marty. God damn it, Marty. Well, she says
Guard dogs here.
She offers for you to come into the office. And
and this is my friend Gray.
Hello.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say, Gray, you can tell that Tony looks at Susanna a little differently than, like, there's obviously either admiration or something going on there.
Oh, interesting.
So she motions for you to come into her office. She has sort of this building was not necessarily meant for the purpose it's being used for now. So her office is actually quite large. There's a couch, like an old couch that's been donated across one side of the room, and then there's a desk with 2 chairs on one side of it and her chair on the other. There's a lot of books and stuff in here. A lot of filing cabinets. There's a lot of paperwork stacked on her desk, and her diplomas from wherever she went to school are hanging on the wall. She comes in and she moves around her desk and motions for you guys to sit down as well.
Thank you.
So
Thank you so much.
What was it who is it you're looking for or inquiring about?
Well, Gray actually works with a local community as well, that helps people realize their potential. And while we were working together on finding information about one of her newer pledges,
Okay.
We found some information that she may have been looking for allies within the women's shelter. And some of her notes brought up a woman that she referred to as Kitten, as well as looking to talk to people here at the womenn's shelter.
Have I not told you about Kitten?
I have not heard of Kitten before. No. The women would love to hear more.
There are a number of women that stay here. I don't. Mm-hmm. I think it's code for something, but they refer to like talking to a kitten or maybe a woman named Kitten, but there's no one here by that name. Like I don't know what it's all about.
I think
They say, they always speak very highly of her. We thought it was code for drugs. But
it's a real person.
Well, if there's a person here named Kitten, I'm not aware of who they're referring to. And I would know.
But it's lingo that's used around the shelter?
Well, in some of our sessions and talking, like, I just had a woman in here last night that said she had spoken to Kitten about her problems and felt so much better. That Kitten had it so much worse than she did, and that she had reevaluated herself, didn't want to feel so sorry for herself anymore. Listen, I don't know who this Kitten person. I asked, did they maybe mean Catherine? We have a social worker that comes in, and they're like, no, her name is Kitten. So I don't know.
Is there anyone that comes in to meet with the folks here by the name of Delilah?
Delilah. Do you have a last name on that?
Do we have her last name?
Santos.
Santos. I believe it was Santos, something like that.
So she opens up her computer and starts working away. No, Delilah Santos here.
Maybe even a Selena?
Selena. Last name for Selena?
I'm not sure.
She,
I don't-
again,
We never found out.
she searches the
It was
name.
just another name, right?
Yeah. No. Let me just ask one of the other girls if they know anything about those two names. And you see her
Sure.
write those names down on a piece of paper. And then she leaves the office, and you two are left alone for a moment.
Okay.
I have a theory.
Mm.
There was a feline mask
Yeah,
in her house.
there was.
What if she's Kitten? Or was Kitten?
What if she was doing doing therapy?
With these women.
If she is one of Louie's, as I suspect, she was likely part of the psychiatric field before she was turned.
At that point, Susanna comes back in, and she says, so I don't know if this is the same woman, but there was a woman here that came. She didn't make it through the registration process before she got very violent, and we had to call the police.
Violent.
The girls, she motions to the hall where there's some other offices where people are. She's like, some of the workers seem to think her name was Selena.
Oh. Well, that seems to fit with Delilah's description of her.
Unfortunately, because she didn't complete the registration process, we don't keep that paperwork on file, and she wouldn't have been put into the computer yet either.
Did they tell you what she looked like?
I sort of remember the incident once they reminded me of it. Sort of, I don't know, blonde hair, average build.
Okay.
That's not a lot to go on, is it? She
sort of sounds like someone we know, but
she was
I'm not sure.
she was relatively well dressed. This was not a woman, we
Do you remember anything
we
about
help women
her
from all
outfit in
walks of life, and I
particular?
feel like she was a little
Right.
only that, a blouse and maybe a pair of dress pants.
Any particular color?
She had a nice pair of shoes though.
Shoes. Like shiny or high
Well,
heels?
just like not something you buy at, not something you'd get from low end. She spent some money on
So
those.
maybe dressed like I typically look when I'm coming
Sure,
in from my office.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, like a professional,
Like a-
therapist or something. Huh? Okay.
Interesting. Do you mind if we talk to some of the ladies outside?
Are you sorry, out of character? Are you referring to some of the women staying at the shelter, or some of the other workers?
Any of the workers that might have worked with her that day?
Yeah, she says, I can take you across to Christine. Christine was doing the paperwork with her.
Evaluation.
Oh yeah.
That would be
Maybe
great.
if she can remember something that set this woman off.
Sure. So she takes you across the hall. Christine has dark curly hair, and she has sort of a strange body type to her. She's not obese, but she's not by any means thin. She's sort of got a blocky build on her. You can clearly see on her arm. She has her sweater off, and she has no sleeves, and there's a nicotine patch on her arm. Clearly she's trying to quit, and she's working away on her computer, and she looks up and she says, she recognizes Tony. She nods. And Susanna says, Christine, can you tell Tony here a little bit more about that incident with this Selena woman? And she doesn't. She goes back to typing, and she's like, "What do you want to know?"
I'm gonna walk right over to Christina. Christine, it's really nice to see you again. I'm gonna grab her. I'm gonna reach out to shake her hand. I'm sorry that we don't get to work together more often. I know you have a really heavy caseload, so I appreciate you talking to us.
Okay, she give me a let's see here. I'm gonna give you leadership, charisma, and you can even use your, when it asks you for the modifier, you can use your command specialty for leadership, because I feel like you're sort of taking control of this situation.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit leadership and charisma with
command. When it asks you for a bonus, you can put in 1.
Okay. Full size modifier.
Yeah, the pool size modifier is 1, and then
okay.
And then the other one, the difficulty, you can just leave it 2.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. You think that maybe Christine doesn't feel important in her job or anything, but you focusing on her for that moment, she seems very, very pleased by that. She takes your hand and shakes it, and she says, "Well, what do you want to know?" It was about a month, maybe a little more than that ago. So I don't remember a lot, but I do remember her losing her temper when part of our intake procedure is, we ask if there's any sort of mental health concerns or medications that they're on. And when we got to that point, yeah.
Did she get really defensive?
Very defensive. And I tried to explain that, this was just, we want to make sure that if we bring someone into the shelter on any kind of medications, that we, once they're in the shelter, they don't come and go. So we make sure the pharmacy brings in whatever prescriptions they're on. But she was not very happy with that line of questioning.
Mm-hmm. Of course, some people are very sensitive about that subject. I can completely understand that. I see it a lot.
When
my line of work.
When I pushed a little bit on it, not trying to be rude, of course, but I need that is information that's required if we're going to be able to help her. Yeah, she went so far as to break my keyboard over my desk, and at which point we, contacted the police, and the police came.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it took three officers to restrain her.
I'm so sorry you went through that.
Yeah, well, fortunately I wasn't hurt. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. I took a knuckle sandwich here at work, and she looks at Susanna, and Susanna nods, like the two of them know what that's like sometimes. And she says, "But I haven't seen the woman since."
Do you remember? I know you must have been just between the adrenaline and the craziness going on. It must have been hard for you to focus on anything. But do you remember what she was wearing or anything specific about her besides the temper?
Blonde hair, a white blouse. She had a pretty necklace on.
Oh, what? Like fancy fine jewelry, you think?
It was a gold chain with there was a pendant. I'm sorry, I don't remember what was on the pendant, but I do remember it caught my eye.
Good to know.
And,
well, thank you so much.
She had nice shoes.
We do like the nice shoes, don't we?
Of course.
I love them myself. Well, I thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your caseload for me.
Oh, of course.
And I will probably be back later this week, ladies. I know it's been a little bit since I've been in to work with the women, but I've been a little under the weather.
They smile and they nod and yeah, they seem pleased by that. Are you guys going to stay or are you going to leave? Or is there other business here? You tell me.
Actually, we did talk to Susanna about this, but have you heard any of the other women talking about Kitten?
Oh, we all know about Kitten, she says. I mean, we know about Kitten, but we don't know about Kitten.
Of course.
Does it just seem like someone they talk to? Like a community imaginary friend? Or is it like...
It is kind of like that. She smiles.
It's like a real
smiles at
person
your,
or something.
She smiles at your analogy. She's like, no, it's like they've all had a conversation with this Kitten person. There was a woman that I thought was her, but then she hasn't been here at the shelter for about 3 weeks now. And a lady just said the other night she spoke to her. She goes, what is that woman's name? And Susanna's like, I think it's Rose Doyle.
Rose Doyle.
Huh.
But
what does Rose look like?
Rose,
I'm curious.
Short young girl, maybe 19, 20. Sort of dark, unkept hair. But
and they said
she was a bit of a gossip monger. But yeah, she's been gone for 3 weeks, and like this place is ripe with stories of Kitten.
They said they just talked to Kitten the other night.
Yeah.
When did when did what's her face die? When was she murdered?
Oh, let me get that for you.
Like how long ago?
Yeah, I do have that timeline here. Let me just find that for you. I can tell you that it doesn't sync up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm looking for it here. So
she
Delilah,
would have died before.
the video that you received showed Delilah being beheaded about 3 weeks ago. And then you would expect Delilah's home was raided about 3 weeks ago. The Hard Swallow burnt down 2 weeks ago. And and that's sort of the key timeline points here.
But the person you haven't seen in 3 weeks, you said had kind of dark hair?
Yeah, Rose. Mm-hmm.
Rose.
She's a young
Do you
girl.
mind if-
She's a young girl. I think she's homeless actually. She wouldn't come out and tell us that. But an interesting story was that there was a man that was harassing one of our residents here, and the women upstairs think Kitten took care of him for them. We haven't seen him in days.
He was coming by here.
Well, some of the men know when their girlfriends or their wives or, check in here, and then they think they can come here and continue to harass them. But we have solid security on the front door. And
yes, I saw. Yeah,
and
it's a great system.
They don't get inside. But he hasn't been here for a little while, and then I overheard two of the women upstairs saying that Kitten took care of him.
What was his name?
Yeah.
She again goes into a file. A Ross?
Ross.
Yes.
Do you know who he was related to? Were multiple women, you said?
His girlfriend Laura is staying here with us. She's still upstairs, actually.
Oh, do you mind if we speak with her or a few of the other residents? I'd love to know more about this Kitten.
Christine's like, that's
person.
above my pay grade, and Suzanne's like, no, if you'd like to go up and see Laura, you're more than welcome to. I can give you her room number. Just
excellent.
Let her know who you are, Tony, and I'm sure she'll talk with you.
Excellent.
Okay, so let's jump across to our other two vampires who have arrived in Scarborough after a bit of a journey. You now know that you're not on your turf. This is Anarch turf, so you should be okay, but you don't have your Baron to bail you out here.
Okay.
So the cave is actually a old apartment building. It's about 8 stories tall, and it sits overlooking one of the many ravines throughout Toronto. So there's a forested ravine in behind it. The apartments are not used. It's all dark. But the ramp down to the parking garage is lit. and you can hear sort of a sub.
Lit as in well lit or cool?
Oh, I would say both. I would say both.
Both.
So people are walking down the garage ramp, and you lose sight of them as they round. But you can hear, basically, club-like music, some sort of mix of like bass and
Throbbing, like
exactly. Actually, let's see. Maybe we can get some
good.
Maybe we can get some ambiance here. So, somewhere from down under the building, you can hear music.
Just before we go in,
there is a sign that says the cave, and people are coming up and down the ramp, slightly intoxicated. There's a lineup. Just imagine any kind of bar scene.
Listen, sorry guys.
before we go in, I pull Jacques to the side and I say, "Oh, look, I know you're probably not used to being in civilization. More used to being out in the woods with the trees and the bears and the gophers, whatever bloody else.
Oh my god.
So
okay, yeah.
Just let me
What's your
talk.
advice this time, my friend?
Just let me do the talking. These are my people. You know, I've lived
Oh,
in
you're
Toronto a
so
long time.
slick. Yeah, okay.
That's right. You just keep your hokey country boy attitude to yourself, okay?
He's gonna blow you under the water.
Ah, my punk friends. You're so punk. Okay, let's go then. Let's go to the club. You be your best self and we'll see where that gets us, huh? Worst case, I will pick up the slack.
Sounds like a plan.
So you make your way down into the club.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right.
The
And we
front door, there is a number of very large fellows. The garage door that would have once opened to let cars into the basement parking, this has been turned into a bit of a wall and a guarded entry point where there's three very large men checking IDs and being very discriminatory about who they let in and who they tell, like, you're not getting in tonight.
oh shit.
Ah, man. Okay, it's all you, my friend.
And you're now
Be your
at the
charming self, huh?
bottom. You're at the bottom of this winding ramp, and you guys walk up past the line.
Yeah, just go right in.
You're just gonna go.
You don't think we should just hop into the line?
They totally get in your way, Kieran. They're like, whoa, buddy.
Jacques steps into the line.
Hey, what's the problem,
Hey,
man?
Kieran, it's back here, my friend. You come join me in the lineup, no?
Hey, listen.
We played our turn. It's what we do.
What's Kieran?
I'm here to-
Can I ask how old Kieran looks? What's his apparent age?
Oh, it looks about mid-30s. Kind of ridiculous in a punk outfit with the hair spike.
Yeah, like you are not. This is not the same subculture.
No.
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 So they look you over and they're like, I think you're in the wrong club, my man.
No. Oh, I like all kinds of music. Punk is just my scene, you know? But I don't mind a bit of club music. A little bit of the old...
Is it not
Fatboy
shuffleboard?
Slim.
Is it not shuffleboard night back at the home?
Very funny. You're a funny one, you. Listen, I got some business with Jake. So, you gonna let me in or not?
Well, you're here to see Jake.
That's right.
Do you have a card or anything like that?
Do I need a card?
They look at each other. Yeah, dude. Jake doesn't just see anybody.
I think he'll see me.
Wow. What's your name?
Kieran.
He he's got like a radio on his lapel, and he like, yeah, some guy here for Jake. I don't know. He's an old fucker. He's got a punk jacket on. He looks like... I don't know. He says his name's Kieran. He's here to see... he's here to see Jake. No, I don't think there's an appointment either. I got nothing on my board. Okay. You're gonna have to come back another night, sir. Maybe I could call you a cab?
Listen, you might not know who I am, but I'm quite a big deal. I've played a lot of clubs. I can bring a lot of business in. Especially now that the hard swallow is no more, as I say.
The hard swallow? What is that? What's the hard swallow?
It's a club.
What kind of club is the hard swallow? Where is that?
It's on the other side of Toronto.
In Etobicoke?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
What? What's wrong with Etobicoke?
You know what? Go back with your... Is that guy a lumberjack?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is a lot. That is a lot of flannel.
Yeah. It's, he doesn't know how to dress. He's not from around.
Go back with your buddy. Like, go home. Go sleep. Go somewhere else tonight, because you're not getting in here.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
And then maybe I pull out a 50.
He looks down and he goes, "No offense, Kieran, but there's bottles in here worth more than that."
Fine. I will see you some other time.
They're like, tell you what, how about you got 3 more of those?
Hey, Jacques.
Oui, mon ami. Do you need some help?
The bouncer's
Up
like,
there?
holy shit, he's French too.
You don't have $100 on you, do you?
There's like a girl in the
Oh,
front of
wow.
the line, and she's like, "Am I getting in tonight, or what's going on here? You and these old guys keep talking like we're freezing out here."
Listen, love.
Actually,
I ain't
I
home.
do. Do you need? Are you low on cash, my friend?
A little.
Oh, okay. Do you need? You need some help? Okay. Oh, well, here you go, my friend. Here's some cash for you.
Thank you, my
Good
French
thing
friend.
you got this, huh?
I had it to
Poor
him.
Kieran.
He takes the money. He's like a little. He's like a little more subtle. A little more subtle.
And I got to shake his hand, like, there you go, buddy. Slap him on the side. But I'm gonna use just a little bit of my lethal body and like really make that.
I look embarrassed right now.
Like that's a pretty solid slap.
That's a good slap, yeah.
And then you walk in.
Yep.
All right. He stumbles a bit and looks back like, where the fuck did that come from? And the two of you walk in. You could not be more awkwardly out of place.
Gray actually would have fit in better.
With the club
Gray could have
scene,
gotten them.
with the club scene that you
She
see
could have been
inside.
persuasive.
The cave is set up in such a way that the walls here look like stone. And the lighting is sort of all hidden up behind these fake stalactites, shining down into the crowd. Purple and blues are the tones, and down one side of the bar is a massive bar, like the entire one side. This was definitely an old parking garage. You can see the old pillars, but they've been wrapped in what this faux rock everywhere. There's also a number of waterfalls even pouring down around the edges of the cave to simulate waterfalls pouring in, which makes it even harder to hear anything in here. And
This place is bloody ropey.
there is a DJ up in a booth
What?
overlooking sort of a VIP section with couches, and the place is absolutely packed.
This isn't your scene, my friends.
Is it yours?
I thought you had this under control.
I got us in, didn't I? And the best thing is, I'm down
One
50
of us
bucks.
got us in.
The best thing is, I'm down $50 and you're down 100.
Yeah, good thing somebody could bankroll that, huh?
Anyway, how about a drink?
Yeah, I think
Let's
it's
make
time
this-
for a drink.
At least make us fit in. What's
I
the
buy
least-
us both a beer because clearly you're out of gas.
Hey, look, in RL, I've been in clubs like this. They don't always serve beer. I went to a club once, only served Bacardi Breezes. Fucking
Wow.
awful.
Do you want a Bacardi Breezer? I can arrange this for you. No?
I don't.
So
mind
you
a good
you
Bacardi.
order 2 beers to fit in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or martinis? I don't know.
So you
Something.
walk up to the bar and like no one pays you any attention. There are 3 girls
Excuse me.
behind the bar working, and they're going like crazy, but they are certainly not looking at either of you.
All right, look. I have beautiful. I would like to use that. How do I use it?
You have beautiful.
Yeah, that's like one of my advantages.
Beautiful.
He's beautiful.
Wonderful person.
Amazing.
You literally took the advantage. Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm a gorgeous man.
He's beautiful.
I built the character to basically be a mirror of
Drink
myself.
2.
So
Okay.
Drink 2.
Give me. You know what? Give me a. Oh, jeez. I'm not sure what to roll here. Give me a persuasion manipulation check to get the attention of the bartender. I'm gonna reduce the difficulty by 1 because you're beautiful.
There's combing his hair.
I'm just looking at my stats right now, thinking about how good this would be for me.
The 2 of us here, we would have been just fine.
Cleaned up.
Well, you know what, Kieran? She looks down the bar and she makes eye contact with you. She gives someone a beer and she walks right over and she's like, "Sorry, I didn't see a stand in here.
it's quite all right, love.
What can I get you?
Busy
guys?
night.
What can I get you guys?"
2 beers. And your phone number.
She's like, "Oh, I've never heard that before."
I'm sure you haven't.
Please excuse my friend. It's the first time he's been out in a while.
So he goes. Pardon me. She goes and gets you a couple beers and comes back, takes the appropriate amount of money, and
$20.
Yeah, and
A
then
beer.
That'll be
And,
another
Jack, if
50.
you could take care of that would be great.
Yeah, I got you, man.
she takes the money. She takes the money. She gives you whatever change. And then what
I
do the
tip
two?
her well.
You tip her well.
Yeah.
She rings a bell behind the bar, which is barely audible over the music from the DJ. What do the 2 of you do?
I guess I'll ask the waitress about Jake.
What do you say?
Listen, love, I'm looking to talk to Jake. Any way you can make that happen for me?
Jake's not due up for another hour or so.
What do you mean, due up? Due up from where?
You've never been here before. I should have assumed that.
I don't know what gave it
We're
away.
fitting in so well.
Oh no, I thought this was gonna go away.
She's like,
This
Jake's
is a scene called
Jake's
Kieran
Jake's a bit of a performer.
All right.
What kind of a performer?
Dance. He likes to dance.
Okay.
He should be up in about an hour.
Well,
Fair
we'll
enough.
wait.
Okay. So we're just
Take
gonna go ahead a bit here, and
You don't want us to awkwardly continue on.
you guys sort of awkwardly stand at the end of the bar.
You need to act out the dancing is what needs to
I think I'm getting into it.
Anyways, then, after an hour passes, suddenly, like, the DJ music just kind of stops just for a moment. And it would seem that all lights in the club, it's almost like they're programmed. They, like, shine over onto the dance floor. And there is a man. He kind of looks like John Travolta.
God.
But in John Travolta's older years, when, like, he was bald.
Oh, like now.
Yeah. So he's bald. He has a black t-shirt on that just says, "I'm awesome." He, too, does not really fit in with the people around him. But you, like everybody in the place, their eyes are drawn to him.
It's another gray.
And you can feel like there's a bit of an unnatural power being exuded from Jake.
Of course.
At which point the beat drops, and Jake begins to really dance. He even goes so far as to draw in one of the women standing at the edge of the circle that sort of surrounded him, and he and her dance. And you notice that she's almost in some sort of trance, like she just moves anywhere he needs her to move. But it's a perfect dance out there on the floor as people watch on.
So we're just sat here watching for it. Maybe I'll kind of hit Jacques. Oh, just nudge him and say, "Did you see where he went on stage?"
I couldn't miss it, man.
We should head over there and intercept him on his way out.
The bartender's like, "Hey, guy.
Yes, love?
That's Jake."
Oh, thanks.
She gives you the thumbs up, like, "You go, dude. You go."
I think you made a new friend here.
I make friends wherever I go.
Clearly. Okay, so should we go see this guy? Do you think we should bring a drink just to be even less conspicuous?
Yeah, just like natural.
Just like we do, yeah.
Are you dancing? Are you dancing out to Jake?
The Roxbury. God.
This is like legit how I dance when I'm in clubs.
So are you heading out onto the dance floor?
She has
Yeah,
no
absolutely.
idea how much free Chinese food she could get.
No, not free. I'll have to ask her to pay for it later.
So the two of you,
Jack.
He's out of gas.
the two of you make your way to the edge of the circle that is formed around Jake and this woman dancing, and I mean the two of you clearly catch his eye.
Especially me.
Do you do anything?
I give him a wink.
Me too.
Okay, at that he sachets his lady off the floor, and then like comes right up in front of you, Kieran, and just throws down a repetition of dance moves in front of you, finishing
There you go.
finishing with a stomp
Oh yeah, Kieran, it's all you, my man.
right in front of you.
Is it another dance battle?
off.
Did he just challenge you to a dance battle?
and then he throws his arms out and steps back to see what you've got.
What the?
Oh,
what
wow.
What the bloody hell is this?
It's time to
Dance
prove your
battle,
stuff.
man.
No.
Around you, the crowd
You
begins to
gotta
chant.
dance.
The crowd begins to chant, "Jake, Jake, 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 Jake."
All right.
Don't
what
mess
check do you
this
want
up,
me-
Kieran.
What check do you want me to make for this? I didn't put any
and
points in
chat
debt.
has
I never
chat has increased the next difficulty twice.
No, one of them's a decrease. It's
Oh, one
it's
has
even.
increased and one has decreased.
Oh.
Well, I'm gonna hold
Yes.
on. For the first one, I'm gonna hold. Then I'm gonna hold Almiron's, and the next difficulty check will be increased for you. So, can you give me a performance dexterity or performance charisma?
Excuse me, click the wrong thing there.
If you'd like to make this a dynamic duo, if if Jacques wants to help you with a
Jacques
with a
onto the
lift
floor,
or
too.
something, I will give you a
Yes.
+1 dice.
Jacques
I will give you a
does.
+1 dice. The difficulty's
Is
still
that-
going to be higher, but I will give you
want
+1
there
dice.
to be a lift so badly.
What do I
Play
set
Yes, there will
difficulty
be. There
Don't
will
play
be. I will
Safari.
make this happen.
at? Difficulty at 3.
Set the
I got.
+1 dice, but difficulty at 3 because chat.
Okay, what do
Thanks,
I
Kat.
have to do for this? Is this my athletics finally?
Yes. You don't have to roll anything actually.
Yes.
I'm just giving him a bonus
Sweet.
dice. I'm just giving him a bonus dice. You don't need to roll anything.
Okay, because athletics is where I'm rocking this, baby.
Kieran rocks
Not
out
my
with
charge.
1 of 3 successes.
That's good, right?
Not the best. If you would like, you can spend your last willpower to re-roll 3 of your dice.
You know what? I'm going to do that.
So you click on the willpower re-roll.
Meanwhile, Jacques spitting here.
Yes, as you can see, you're going to become socially and mentally impaired after this, which means you'll be you'll be at -2 dice on dice pools.
Same difficulty?
You just have to hit the willpower re-roll button under willpower, and it will
And then 3 dice.
And then 3 dice and let it go. Let it go.
Difficulty 3 or difficulty 2?
Difficult. You can put in there difficulty 3. You've already got the 1 success. This is going to give you. You get 2 more. You get the 3.
Yay!
So you are
Sweet.
socially and mentally kind of exhausted, but you
Absolutely.
throw down
So
a
there's
great.
2 crits
You throw down a.
worth mentioning.
Oh, there is 2 crits. So that's actually 5 successes.
Whoa, this was the best dance move with.
So like the dance is going decent. Like you're it's sort of like a quasi mosh because you go back to your roots maybe.
Yeah.
But
I'm just living in the music.
but when you end with the lift, give me a visual. What's this lift look like? Are we dirty dancing? Like what's happening here?
What? You're in the left, Jacques. You decide.
Okay, yeah, let's see. Yeah, I reach under my legs, grab Kieran's hands who's reached down, pull him up, toss him in the air, grab him, and then spin around and plonk him back down.
I love it. I love it, and the crowd goes wild.
Remember, folks, Vampire Masquerade is a horror game.
For some, dancing at the nightclub is horrific. Whatever the case, the 2 of you kill it, and with the crowd suddenly chanting "old guys, old guys, old guys." We're going to go back to the women's shelter.
What are the odds that you would have 2 dance medals in as many campaigns?
It was going to happen. It's going to happen. That's Jake. That is Jake. So we're now back in the women's shelter. Let's focus. Woosah.
I had the night of my life.
And then
That is from chat. That is from chat.
Now we still have just so we know, we still have Gray still has a reduction on her next difficulty, and Kieran also has a reduction on his next difficulty. You guys go upstairs and you find Laura Leeds. Laura, you find, as I said, this is dorm-like living on these levels, and she's on the top floor, the 3rd floor. And you find Laura in her room. The door's open. She's lying in bed, and she's just finished reading a book to what you can only assume is her daughter, who's lying in the bed beside her. She'd be about 9 years old. The little girl is asleep, and Mum has just finished reading the book, and she sees you come in, and she's like motions for and she tucks the little girl in and then comes out into the hallway with you. Can I help you?
Hi, Laura. My name is Tony. I'm actually one of the therapists that works with the shelter. It's very nice to meet you. I'm going to reach out my hand, offer handshake.
Yeah. She takes that. She shakes your hand.
Your daughter is beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Glad that you guys have a safe place to stay here. I understand that you didn't feel so safe until recently. Wanted to ask you a few questions about that. And
yeah, she sort of she sort of nervously bites her thumbnail. She's like, well, Ross, he's
mm-hmm.
He's kind
no
of,
need to be
kind
nervous,
he's
sweetie.
He's my ex. Well, he's
yeah,
my ex now.
Of course. Yeah. It's good. I'm glad that you got the help that you needed to be safe here. And it sounds like you're definitely feeling safer. So that's excellent. That's definitely the first step in feeling better. And I come here quite often if you ever need somebody to talk to, or if you want your daughter to be able to talk to somebody.
I think we're pretty good. I talked to Susanna. I think maybe we'll leave in the next day or so.
Oh, wow, that's really quick.
Well, I mean, I don't think Ross is going to bother me anymore.
I understand that you had been speaking with Kitten.
She pauses for a moment. So you know about Kitten? The girls downstairs. They said they don't really know about Kitten.
Well, I sort of know somebody that mentioned Kitten, but we're trying to understand who Kitten is a little better as well. Unfortunately, the woman that told us about Kitten is not so safe anymore, and we're trying to make sure that she stays safe.
She looks up and down the hallway, and there's like a fluorescent light that sort of flickers down at one end. It's been flickering since you've come up. There's no elevator here, just stairs. And she's like, Kitten, are you here? She's really good at hiding.
When does Kitten typically come out or come to see you?
Well, usually at night. I think she has a job or something during the day.
Okay. And is she flesh and blood like you and I and my friend Gray here?
Is this about her scars?
She has scars?
Yes. She told us all about the man that gave her the scars.
What did the scars look like?
They kind of look like a claw mark or something down her face.
Oh. Like he scratched her?
Oh, it was more than a scratch, I'm sure, at the time, but she's good now. She's good now. Kitten kind of helped me with Ross.
Okay. How does she help you with Ross?
I don't know. She said she was going to go have a talk with him, and, well, he hasn't been back since, and Kitten told me that he's not going to bother me anymore.
When did you talk to her last?
Last night.
Oh, last night. Okay.
She
was here last night.
That's why I decided it would be okay for Larissa and I to leave, because
okay.
Kitten assured me that Ross won't bother us anymore.
Okay. That's good to know.
She brought me this, and she goes back into the room and comes back out, and there's it gives you an envelope.
Okay.
Inside is a wad of cash and Ross's driver's license and other identification that he would carry.
Oh wow.
She brought this for me, so he knows that I have this stuff now, and if he bothers me, you know. But Kitten said he won't be around. I believe her.
Okay, so she does seem like a very true to her word woman.
Do you want to give me maybe insight wits? Or if you have any kind of psychology skill you'd like to use. Hey, Raiders.
Well, hello, everyone.
I do have psychology under science.
Yeah, so if you'd like to use that with your wits, you could do that.
Okay. So adding 1 to the modifier.
Oh yeah, this woman is convinced that she believes in everything she's telling you, and you don't see any signs of, like, as a therapist, you've probably come to know a few telltale signs of maybe people being untruthful, or maybe people being a little suffering from some sort of a mental
mania or
exactly, and you don't sense any of that with Laura.
Okay. Well, I'm really glad that... Sorry.
Go ahead. No,
sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to ask, would Gray know of any type of vampire that would be able to, like, sneak into a place very well? Like any... I don't know if that exists in this game, where, like, invisibility
you're standing beside one.
Okay.
So Clan Malkavian has the ability to go invisible. There's an ability called Obfuscate, which would allow them to basically... Obfuscate allows the vampire to sort of, like, walk in plain sight, but just cloud the minds of everyone around them that they don't see them. But there's other vampires that have Obfuscate.
Presumably Gangrel could, right? If we could, because we can turn into mist once we get, like...
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Any clan,
way.
Any clan could learn Obfuscate, but I will tell you that it is a clan discipline of Malkavians, and it is a clan discipline of Nosferatu.
Okay. Would it make sense then, like, pairing that information with, like, the people downstairs have never seen this person, they don't know who this person is, but all these women in the shelter are familiar with them and trust them?
If she comes around at night, they might not be up there to see. Yeah.
Can I just ask, what does Kitten look like? Because we had a friend who got into some trouble herself, and she put down that a contact was Kitten, but we can't get a hold of Kitten or seem to find her anywhere, and we just want to make sure we're able to get them back in touch so that they're both safe.
So can you give me a persuasion manipulation?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Never.
Yeah, I got like 10 dice.
Like cracks her knuckles. Watch me work.
Oh, and I get to... My roll is easier, right?
Yes, your roll is reduced by 1 difficulty, correct.
Do I do pool size modifier?
No, pool size is 0, but when it asks you the next one, you can say it's only a 1.
Oh, I see.
Well, you do have a bestial failure in there, but fortunately you have 3 successes as well, so you're okay. So she's like, well, I mean, she's very small, Kitten. She has dark hair, and she looks around, like, trying to see if maybe Kitten's here, and then she's like, Kitten's not very attractive because she's had a lot of damage.
Oh yeah, of course. Anyone that's come out of an abusive situation knows that can be a
very hard thing to deal with. Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to bother Kitten, are you?
No,
Not at
we
all.
want to make sure she's okay. Because this other friend of ours put her down as a contact, and we just want to make sure everything's cool, because that person has gotten into some danger lately.
Laura seems a little nervous but also concerned. Oh,
I'm gonna do my trusty doctor reach out and comfort thing.
okay.
Would
The two of you are very good at this sort of manipulation and leading the witness. So she says, hey, I know how you can let her know you're here. You just need, and she goes back into her room again, brings out a flashlight, and sort of goes to give you the flashlight if you're willing to give the envelope with the money and the
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't take that from her.
So she gives you the flashlight. She's like, go to the roof and flash the light around.
Oh, okay. That's great. Well, I'm really glad that you're safe.
She's like, the ladies downstairs think the door to the roof is locked, but Kitten unlocks it for us, and we can go up there and have a cigarette.
Oh yeah. You gotta
It's very
have
nice
those little moments to yourself.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Even at this place.
But please don't hurt her. She means so much to so many of us here.
No,
Never.
of course not.
Okay. Well, I hope it all works out for you.
Thank you. And I'm really
Thank you
glad
for
to hear
helping
that
us.
you're safe. I'm going to give her another pat on the back and take care of that little girl of yours. They're very precious.
She smiles and then makes her way back into the room.
Shall we are any of the staff here still around?
Nope.
Or did they head out?
The staff are still downstairs on the first floor. Tony is here regularly, so they didn't even think twice about letting you come up.
You want to try and check out the roof?
I think that's a good idea.
Let's do it.
Okay. So you guys make your way up onto the roof?
Yep.
Okay. You get up there, and once you're out, you get, and sure enough, the door should be locked. You can tell that it's locked regularly, and there's signs like "Do not open." There's also signs like "You are not to be smoking up here," like really obvious, like "Do not go up here."
Yeah.
You open the door into the night air, and you're on top of this little 3-story building. It's kind of squat, and there is immediately a gut check from Gray, as there are half a dozen cats wandering around the roof, and there are a couple white ones.
Oh no.
What do I have to do?
Ooh, the lore.
If you are going to go out
I'm
onto
just gonna
the
stop
so
at the top and
I mean, Gray has a thing with white animals. So if you're going to go up onto the roof, Gray, I need you to spend a willpower point.
Okay.
Is there there's nothing I can do to like shoo the cats away?
Do you want to do that?
Your animal can work pretty well last time, no?
Yeah, I'm not going to give her
It's like
that.
a
I'm not going to
third
give her that
story.
chance this time.
No. I think I'll just.
Tony, do you want to try to shush them away? Do you tell Tony about the cats? Like, you just see Gray recoils in the stairwell. She will not go on the roof.
Ugh.
Whoa.
Well, I don't know if I say anything, because Gray's also thinking like, oh, it makes sense that someone named Kitten would hang out with a bunch of stray cats on the roof of a building.
What's the story, Morning Glory? Like, what's going on back there?
I'm
Come
very
on.
allergic.
Oh.
And I just get up on the roof and stand like
have
this.
issue with cat allergies out in open air.
Are you gonna
That
spend?
makes no sense
Are you
at
gonna
all.
spend a willpower to go on?
I'm spending a willpower.
Okay.
I'm spending willpower.
So
to go
you walk out, but you can tell that Gray is obviously uncomfortable with the cats up here.
I'm like pacing.
Okay. That's weird. I've seen a
Sorry,
lot of
it's just-
phobias in my line of work, but wow.
I was very allergic in my life, and it's just like a residual psychological thing. Keep going, do the thing.
Well, I could write a paper about that. Jeez. Okay, well.
Sure,
okay.
ask me anything you want later on.
So
Just, let's get this over
there's
with.
a big air
I'm gonna start
there's a big air conditioning
flashing the
unit.
flashlight while I'm
Yeah.
also like shooing the cats away
Okay.
and like, hey.
And Gray is just standing just on the roof, like just outside the door.
Like right by the door, just
Yeah.
like ready to escape at any moment.
And Tony is shooing the cats. And then from above the door, you hear, "Leave my cats alone."
Kitten?
And as you turn around, there is a small form, maybe about 5 foot nothing. There's a pair of Doc Martens and a long black trench coat and a hood pulled up, and you can't really make out the face too well, but it looks a little bit feminine.
You must be Kitten. Yes?
Who gave you one of my flashlights?
A friend.
You don't like cats.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not that we don't like cats. Actually, I love cats. Oh.
Who gave you the light? And then
One of your friends, actually.
she squints to see the light in your hand, Jazzy. Do you does Tony hide it or leave it out?
She'll just turn it off and hold it in her hand
Okay.
down at her side.
All right, she goes, "I think that's the one I gave Laura." As you're talking, more cats have arrived on the rooftop. We're now up to about a dozen.
Look, Laura was trying to help us because we thought maybe one of your friends is in trouble. Do you know a Delilah? I think Gray's eyes are fully closed because the cats are all swarming.
Delilah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Delilah. She's dead.
How? Yeah, so you know about that.
Everybody knows about that.
Yes, well.
She jumps down off the roof. She picks up a white cat and starts walking towards Gray. It's these ones, isn't it? Like in the stories.
No?
I think it is.
Oh God. I'm gonna step
Okay.
in between the two of them and be like, okay, Kitten.
So
I don't-
her hood comes back, and we see a very... Her fangs are way too big. They don't fit in her mouth. And her one side of her face looks all sort of mangled and clawed up. This is a Nosferatu. Her clan are known for having sort of distinct...
Disfigurements.
Yes. But they're also known for being able to talk with animals. They go unseen, and they can be physically very strong. So,
Hey.
you don't like cats? You don't like white cats?
Just. Okay, so you understand,
Do you want
right?
me to come
So
closer?
I'm physically getting in between them.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
okay. We don't wanna
This is-
fight.
It's almost feeling... It's not... You don't think she's going to fight, but it's almost like a bully on a schoolyard, right? Like, hey, you don't like this?
Sure.
Yeah.
You don't like
yeah,
this?
yeah.
She doesn't.
But also,
Kitten doesn't
Gray
look very.
has-
Kitten doesn't look very old.
Okay.
Gray is
don't-
also like the kind of person that's like, you can tell I'm uncomfortable, but I'm not going to like. I'm still gonna like look down my nose at you.
Okay.
Kind of a person.
Another half a dozen cats have joined the rooftop.
Do you need
We don't
something
really
from
have
us?
an issue with the cats. We were just trying to locate you.
She smiles at you, Tony. She's like, she has a problem with cats. Look at her.
It's just the one. Look, you already figured it out, okay? So don't. It's fine.
Yeah, but now it's fun.
I'm here. Well, I still came up here because this is important, okay?
Okay. So this is about Delilah.
Yeah.
Yes.
She puts down the white cat, and she makes a little purr sound to it, and it moves away. But it. You notice that all the white cats now are looking at you.
Great. I can feel them looking at me.
Oh God.
She sweeps out she has a real Batman thing going. She like sweeps out her black overcoat. So?
How did you know her? Before the dead thing.
For the dead thing.
Also, sorry for your loss.
I seen her around. At Skinny's.
Oh, right.
It burnt down. I'm sure you know that. Are you working for Justine?
Why would you say that?
She's the Baroness. There's
So?
been a Masquerade breach. We heard somebody got called in to handle the breach. Are you?
Why would it be me?
Is the scaredy cat handling the breach? She looks at Tony
Why
like,
would it be me?
Handling, quote unquote.
Is that
We
what's
should have switched groups. Is really what.
Is that what's going on? Are
We're
you
just trying to figure some stuff out. This stuff went down in my neighborhood, okay?
My neighborhood too. Okay.
Apparently.
Okay.
Okay.
Listen,
We're all a little bit in danger here.
Okay. I'm gonna try and play mediator here. Apparently, I'm in the middle. I actually work with the women's shelter as well, so I want to thank you for helping the women downstairs.
What do you do?
I'm a psychologist.
Like a brain doctor.
Yes, exactly.
How does that help?
I'm sorry.
How does that help?
I help people get through their pain of their past traumas.
I'll tell you, Laura's pain. It was that asshole.
Well, that's true.
Well, we all have one of those.
Well, he won't be around to bother her anymore.
So it seems.
No, I know. He can't walk.
I'm
He can't walk.
guessing Oh, yeah. I was going to say, I'm guessing he's either not able to come around anymore or...
He's.
Yeah.
I took a baseball bat to his knees.
Honestly, not opposed. Not opposed to that.
Anyway, he won't bother her.
Okay.
I do that for all the girls here.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. They just have to tell me who they want taken care of. That's what I do. I'm the night. I'm the darkness.
Like a superhero.
Batman.
Sort of. I don't like to brag, but...
And yet you do.
Yeah, I do. I do.
You want to tell me what made you want to take on people by yourself?
I can lift,
Because she's
I
awesome
can lift
and she
cars. I can, like, jump over buildings. I could disappear.
Oh, that's a fun trick.
I'm a superhero, for God's sakes.
Okay, it does make sense.
You're not immune to everything, though.
Well, I mean, they can punch and stab me. I've even been shot. Want to see? And she like pulls her shirt up, and there's like a hole in her side. She's like, I haven't been able to mend that back together yet, but like I was shot.
Does it look like she was shot by something that might particularly hurt vampires?
No,
if
like
it's
it
something
looks
that
like
hasn't healed.
it looks like a handgun.
Regular bullet. Yeah.
Oh, it's just okay.
How old are you? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, I mean, that's a matter of like perspective, right?
I mean, since you clearly.
Oh, I've been embraced for about 5 years now.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
And your embracer, your parent?
That's a personal question.
It is.
Well, she lives downtown. I don't talk to her anymore.
She?
It's a shame.
Yeah, she embraced me because I'm tough and sneaky.
Makes sense.
I love this chick.
She actually is kind of awesome.
good.
She's a pistol.
Anyways, I grew up in a pretty shitty home, and I'm just paying it forward. You got somebody you want me to take care of?
No. We were actually looking for you.
She's like, unleash me.
Is it Selena?
Who?
You.
No. I'm Kitten. I gave up that old name. That's behind me now.
But that is your old name.
Selena? No.
Do you know Selena?
A couple of girls around here talked about a Selena getting her ass thrown out of here and locked up by the police, I think.
Mm.
If my name was Selena, I'd tell you it's Selena. Now I'm Kitten.
It would be a
So-
little too close to the Batman thing if her name was Selena and she was Catwoman.
Catwoman.
That was not lost on me.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been fitting, but also.
Um,
More cats have arrived on the roof. We're nearing 24, 30 cats up here.
I'm in
Um,
heaven.
They all
here's
look
the
like
thing.
strays.
The people
Can I
that
take
took
one home?
out. The people that took out our friend Delilah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I say friend.
Loosely.
Have you seen the video? I heard there's
friend.
a video. I heard
It's
they
pretty
chopped her
rough.
fucking head off.
Exactly.
That's no
I'm gonna
bull-
hand her a card. You could use this one.
I'm just saying that even for very strong, powerful,
Mhm.
kindred like yourself,
Thank you.
you're welcome, perhaps some care might need just maybe like take a little break
Are you?
so you don't end up like Delilah.
Lila.
Well, I don't break the masquerade. Like I'm no Camarilla bitch, but I don't break the masquerade.
Okay. Mhm. The thing is, I'm going to try to be very careful about how I say this. Those people that took Delilah out got a hold of Delilah's things. And some of Delilah's things talked about some of the people she knew about. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Your name
Whoa.
was mentioned.
Let them.
You should be very, very careful for
Careful.
just a little while.
I'm sure they couldn't see me.
We
We
found
see you.
I'm the
and
knight.
I'm afraid
Because I'm
of
letting
white
you
cat.
see me. I'm the knight.
I'm gonna stand still enough to let my
Obfuscate kick in.
obfuscate kick in.
Yeah. Oh, very nice.
And would
Maybe
I
we
know
could.
enough?
Maybe I have been looking for a sidekick. I'm not going to lie to you.
Would I know enough to know that Delilah was the same type of vampire as
We don't know.
Tony?
We don't know.
Or we
Delilah's
don't
type.
know that.
We don't know that for sure.
If, however, the fact that we know that she maybe was a little mentally off balanced, then that is a side effect that all Malkavians suffer from.
So, but okay, so
Just like Nosferatu are not attractive, Malkavians have some
Are a little nutty.
things to work. They have some things to work through.
They have a couple of screws loose.
I mean, clearly you're not the only one who can do things like that, and yet we're all in danger.
I say,
And now they have your name.
I say, let them come.
If you saw that video, you
I
might be
will-
less calm about it.
I will visit vengeance upon them.
I mean,
And
I
at that point,
really
she sort of-
admire your
She sort of
confidence.
mocks a side kick and a punch.
I very much admire your confidence. I'm
What's
pretty
your
good at
name?
that part myself. I'm Gray.
Interesting, as she looks over your attire.
It's a theme in my life. What can I say?
Gray.
I'm
And how about you, disappearing girl?
Tony.
Her name is Disappearing Girl.
I'm gonna offer her my hand if she'll take it.
She does. And as she does, this little, maybe 18 or 19-year-old girl has a grip like a truck. Like, just...
I believe it.
She's like...
I'm not gonna try
Okay.
and grip her hard back or anything.
So yeah,
Like-
yeah, you feel like she even puts a little extra grip in just because...
Puts a little grease
She's
on
trying
it.
to prove something.
Exactly. She's trying to prove
Yeah.
something. We've already established she's not the most mature.
Yeah.
She's young. So she's like...
Look, we're not trying to tit for tat or prove anything to you, sweetie.
Okay.
We just want to make sure you're safe. Your name was mentioned in files that we don't think good people have. We're following leads to try to make sure that people in this city are going to be safe after this breach.
Fair.
Plus, as you've said, you're awesome. So,
You
Again.
could make a good ally.
we'd really hate to lose that level of awesome.
Definitely.
You're all right, Tony. Gray, you need to loosen up a bit.
Okay. Look, come see me at my own place and we'll see who's uncomfortable, okay?
Okay. Can I bring my friends? And she looks around at the rooftop.
They're not welcome inside.
Come on.
There are people in my congregation that do not like cats. And by people, I mean me. It's my place.
Congregation. Congregation. Did you say congregation? Gray, are you some kind of holy person?
Holy, unholy, we'll see.
Oh, she looks at Tony. She's an edgelord. She's an edgelord. Did you see that?
Do any of your friends need a new home?
No, why? You don't think I take care of them?
Well, I think you take care of them very well, but they seem very nice.
Would you like a white one?
Looks at Gray.
You do whatever you want with your life.
I would like Gray to be able to come to my apartment.
How about a gray one?
I love a gray one.
Okay. Let me think about it. I'm going to have to watch you for a little while. We here at
That's fair.
We here at the Night Adoption Agency need to make sure our animals are going to safe homes.
Absolutely.
I gotta-
I understand.
You're not a farmer, are you?
Absolutely not.
She sees Gray's confused. She's like, us that feed on animals.
I have more particular taste than that.
As
Oh,
do
you're
I.
one of those. The more I learn about you, Gray,
You're starting to like me, aren't you?
not really.
That's fine. I don't mind.
Okay. With that, I think we're going to fade to black and we're going to go for our break. I hope we came back to the duck quack. Well, you know what? We're going back to the cave nightclub. We can get
Quack.
quack quack. Let's get some ambiance, and we're gonna find ourselves in the VIP section, where Jake has invited the two dance slayers to. I feel this has a "it takes two to make a thing go right" thing going on.
Yes. And to pump up the jam thing.
Yeah,
Both of
pump up the jam. It's very like 80s hip
I
hop.
totally get mashed up.
80s, 90s hip hop.
Yeah. Space Jam.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you are sitting alone. Jake actually Jake has two mortal women with him. But they seem almost like entranced. His awe, you're betting he has very powerful awe. Not awe, pardon me, presence. And he sits down and motions for you guys to sit across from him. He's like, the beers are a nice touch.
Thank you.
Now,
We're enjoying your club very much.
I'm glad. I'm very happy about that. The cave is all about the vibe, and I'm feeling awesome, which is written across his t-shirt.
Yeah, we can see that.
You look a little worn down, my friend. The dance must have taken it out of you.
I spun him around too hard.
It's been a long night.
Fair. Fair. Still pretty early, though. What brings you
Want
the
to ask you
cave?
some questions.
Okay. I'm
See
listening.
if you know some people.
Who do you want to know that I know? I know a lot of people.
I'm sure you do. Anyone
Yeah,
named
you seem
Gavin?
pretty well connected, I think.
I like to think so.
I'm
Yeah.
going to give you two names.
Oh,
Gavin,
yeah.
he's a mechanic,
Okay.
and Selena.
And what do I get if I tell you what I know?
You tell us what
Don't
you
go
know.
don't go promising more of Jack's money, for the love of God. We're gonna run out, Karen.
Maybe we use the information to stop the Inquisition from getting up your ass and destroying the nightclub that you love so much.
Yeah, we think it could be beneficial for you and also.
The Inquisition.
sure you've heard of the Masquerade breach.
Oh. Funny story. I was not a part of the breach, but I knew the breacher.
Cisco.
He's an asshole.
Did he come here to dance too?
He points up at the DJ. And he goes, he had it out with my boy up there.
That was that.
And we kicked his ass. So, little computer geek. He talks a much bigger game. Now, the two girls that he hangs out with, that's a different story.
What two girls?
Well, maybe we should save that for another time. It's not the girls you're looking for. These are not the droids you're looking for.
These are not the girls you're looking
These are
for.
not the girls you're looking for.
Fair enough.
Suspicious.
Those names don't ring any bell?
Well, Selena, we know a little bit about.
She caused some trouble for you?
No, well, she's looking to fit in. It's not always easy to fit in.
Where can we find her?
Why doesn't she fit in?
She's moody. A lot of anger.
Ah. I know someone like that.
She was trying to get in with the Anarchs of Scarborough. And
Are they hard to get in with?
not if you're polite. Like you two fine
I got
gentlemen
you.
coming in and introducing yourselves, not causing any problems. I do assume you
Yeah.
work with the Anarchs and not the Ivory Tower.
Fuck the camis.
Okay. Yeah. I can get behind that. Fuck the camis. So
That's the most half-assed thing I've ever heard.
he
Yeah, fuck the camis.
yeah, fuck the camis. I still don't know what I'm getting out of this.
A safer place of business.
I have a very
Because
safe
if
place
the
of business.
Inquisition gets in here, man, it's gonna be over for you. We don't want that. We
Let's-
want a
let's-
safer place for everybody.
Let's put it this way. You've probably figured out that Selena doesn't really fit into our polite little secret society. She's a masquerade breach waiting to happen.
Yes. Yes. But we don't have to worry about that anymore.
Why not?
Because the Inquisition took care of her. Or that's at least what we're hearing out of the Anarchs from the other side of the city.
Well, that's one problem out of the way. Do you have
See-
any way of confirming that?
Well, I heard, my understanding was that Cisco leaked her whereabouts.
Yeah, Cisco, it caused a lot of problems for a lot of people, from what we understand.
Well, this one
Wasn't
he thought
that Delilah?
he looks at you, and goes, Selena.
Right. Selena.
Who's Delilah?
Delilah is dead,
So Selena.
theoretically.
My understanding is that our little friend Cisco had wanted video proof of Selena's kill.
So there's two videos floating around. Am I mixing something up here? Delilah was one of the video that we saw, right?
I don't know who this Delilah chick is you're talking about.
No, that was a question to you, at a character.
How to care? Well, it sounds like you're talking about the same video.
What did Selena look like? Do you know?
Blonde. She had a great set of dancing legs. She never used them in here, mind you. But
Got it. Anything particularly noted her that might differentiate her if we're trying to figure out if it's the same girl? 'Cause it could be the same girl, huh?
maybe.
Split personality disorder.
I have no idea. I only knew her as Selena. If she had listen, if there were two people inside that head of hers, though, that would not surprise me. Like I said, she was a little unpredictable.
Yeah.
What about this Gavin? Do you know Gavin?
I'm gonna need something more than a safe, a safe place to give you the info. I've already given you too much on Selena.
What do you want?
I don't know. What do you got?
I could play a show for you.
Play a show?
Yeah, I'm in a band.
Oh no.
Okay,
Kieran.
like a punk band.
Wow, you're a bright one.
Yeah. Does this look like a punk club to you? Do you think I'm
It's
like...
got a punk in it right now.
Do you think I look that angry that I have to listen to that kind of music?
Punk is not about anger.
Dude, I need something that rocks the hips. That's what I need.
How do you feel about
Oh,
meatloaf?
Kieran likes to rock his hips. Just like dance. All the ladies love him, huh?
Jake looks at Kieran. I suppose so.
Will you
Well-
scratch my back? I'll scratch yours.
I recently had a dear friend go out of commission for a little while. I'm a little short on the muscle end of things. Maybe you leave me a way to contact you, and if I have something that comes up, maybe you could lend your assistance. You both look like two strapping individuals.
Yeah, we can throw down when we need to.
We can certainly help if you need it.
I'm gonna go with the stereotype. I apologize. Kieran, right? Kieran?
That's right.
Bruja?
Yeah. How'd you guess?
And how about you, my big woodland? Where did you come from?
I came from up north, me.
Oh, that's French!
Yeah.
I couldn't place the accent.
From. I know it's hard. It's very subtle, but I come from Quebec, me. From up. But I just got back to Toronto, so yeah, I can help you if you need, huh?
Need a little bit of muscle?
Yeah, I got a little bit of muscle, me.
Okay. Are you guys fighters? I mean, you both look like pretty strong, big guys, but like...
I can handle myself. I'm not sure about this guy.
I can handle you too, Kieran. Yeah, no, I am a pretty good fighter, man. I'm pretty strong. I work up in the lumber camps before I got turned.
Lumber camps.
I got the brawn you're looking for. Yeah. And then the gangrel, they took me, so...
Gangrel?
Yeah. I woke up like this.
His eyes like narrow on you. I would not have guessed you for a gangrel.
Oh, I had it well. What can I say?
Now that you say it, though, you know that the Baron of Scarborough is your clan, right? You shouldn't be. You're with Justine in the West End, aren't you?
I don't know that I affiliate so much with anyone, but I
You're
know
a free
Justine,
agent. Well, Jacques, listen.
I'm new in town. I think we could say that.
Look around you at this splendor. I'm in need of some muscle, and you're available.
What do you need help with anyways, my friend?
Well, as you said, the Inquisition, very close, very close.
Yeah, they are. You're not wrong.
It wasn't too long ago I had two of this jackass's clan. He points at Kieran. Two of his clan in here. They tore up the place.
Yeah, I can see how that would happen.
Anger issues.
Yeah.
So maybe
It looks like you got it put back together.
Maybe you can
What
work
can I
for
say?
me.
It's cursed.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you everything I know about Gavin. If maybe Jacques, you sign up for a month or so.
To do what exactly for you?
Oh, I have some jobs. Some
Like what kind of jobs, my
well,
friend?
I'd love you to maybe go and speak to these Bruja girls that I had a little bit of trouble with.
I can probably take care of that for you, yeah? Where do I find them?
Well, they're traitors. They've gone back to the Ivory Tower.
Traders.
But I can probably
I see.
find out where they are.
Mate, I do that
Yeah.
for free.
Would you?
Yeah. Any chance to kick some cammy ass.
And get to the girls.
Mostly the girls.
I got a friend that might be able to lure them to come here. I'd like some
Okay,
payback.
well,
I'd like some payback.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm gonna crack my knuckles. Sounds like fun.
Okay. Jacques, is there some way I can get in touch with you? He seems to not want any of Kieran's information.
Yeah, I will write myself. I don't have a card. I will write my cell phone down for you, and you can contact me when you need me, when you know what's going on, or when Kieran figures it out. Whatever.
Okay. He slides the paper and watches you write down the number. He goes, "So, Gavin."
Yeah.
He runs a respectable body shop out in the West End, out in your area. But it's shady. There's shit going on underneath. He runs with a group of I hate to use the term gangsters, but because most of them are just dumb kids, but they call themselves the Night Jackals.
I
Kieran-
think I've
Kieran
heard of
chuckles.
them before.
They're
Night jackals.
yeah, they jack cars, street race. Anyways, Gavin runs a little body shop, chop shop for them.
Takes the cars.
Okay.
and asks
But
if
I
the
don't know if
questions
you
out.
heard in the news about that blood bag conspiracy. They busted some guy stealing bagged blood.
Yeah, I
That is-
think we heard something about that, no, Kieran?
Yeah, I mean, it's horrible. Have you tasted that shit before?
No.
I
my meals
just
fresh.
got in. Oh, sorry, go for it.
I like my meals fresh.
Me too. Me too. And he pats one of the girls sitting with him. I can't imagine drinking that dead stuff out of a bag.
Taste the plastic.
Anyways, there's about 3 or 4 of these vampires around town that he was supplying. They busted that chain up Rumor has it Gavin was one of them. Gavin didn't like drinking, fresh. If that gets you some leverage on him.
Yeah, that might help us.
I can let you know where his shop is. You might want to make sure when you go, though, you've got help, because the night jackals are not exactly the gentlest of people.
That's okay. I know some people who are not so gentle also.
Yeah, I think you do.
And I know Kieran, so there's these things. Kieran can help, I think.
Damn right.
I've seen the way Kieran.
Yeah.
He can't be that tough.
Listen, if you want to try me, we can throw down.
No. Listen, I've had enough with the Brewhawk clan.
Plus, we already have one dance off tonight. Let's stop it there.
He's like, there. So you go do whatever you need to do with Gavin or Selena or whatever. I'll call you, Jacques.
Yep.
Is it like
You got my
Jack?
number.
Can I just call you Jack? Jacques
call
seems
me
very
whatever
formal.
makes
Jacques
you
seems
happy.
very formal.
I answered to most forums of Jacques, whatever. I don't care.
Well, listen, you do a good job for me, and then maybe I can arrange an introduction with the Baron here.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure. Well, gentlemen, enjoy yourselves. No feeding on the premises.
Noted.
Not until you're one of us, at least. And he then stands up and he's like, ladies, shall we retire for the evening? And there's sort of
You have a good night, huh?
ridiculous little giggles as he walks away with them. And the two of you are left on the couches.
That guy is bloody insufferable.
Somebody is insufferable, yeah? So should we get going? What do you think? I think we got what we came for.
I don't think he likes the Brewhawk.
I did not get that exactly. I think he doesn't like 2 Brouhaha. And maybe also 3 Brouhaha. I'm not sure.
Oh, well. Let's go.
Okay. We should probably find
Let's say
Gray
everyone
and-
meets back at Gray's establishment. It's very late.
It's an establishment now.
Well, I don't
Moving up in the world.
I don't want to call it a church.
Yeah, it's not really that.
So
It's a
Great
community
unholy
center.
site.
yes. So you make your way back there. And you all have the information that you have. I think we can
Okay.
turn down the club music now.
Still playing. We still hear it.
It's like
You
vibrating.
guys
through
are
your
still
brain.
in your ears.
Chat, as you return, chat would like Gray to make a rouse check.
Why?
Oh.
Why you gotta do me like that?
Oh.
Oh,
Thanks for not picking on me for once, chat. Really appreciate it.
Gray
There.
succeeded her rouse check and doesn't get any hungrier.
I'm fine.
she's very organized.
I'm totally fine.
Everything is fine.
Marty doesn't believe you.
Marty knows. He's not white, is he?
Marty's like, it's a trap!
He has sunlight on him.
How does that work, Jer? Do they have to be solid white?
Well, you're all back at Gray's. It's very late. Let's say it's about like 4 a.m. A little bit of time before dawn comes up.
I hope there's a 24-hour Chinese place.
There is a 24-hour Chinese place, absolutely.
So safe to assume Delilah, Selena, 2 minds, 1 body.
Based on what you
It
guys
sounds
heard
kinda
from
like it.
this Jake dude. Sounds like it.
He was a spectacular dancer, huh?
We could get shawarma.
He wasn't that spectacular.
Yeah, we still rocked it. It's okay.
I heard he's awesome.
So yeah, we. Oh, sorry. Go for it, Kieran.
please
I
go
think
ahead.
you're probably more concise than me.
It's just the accent.
Might be.
So yeah, Selena and Delia, same person. One clearly the normal travel agent, the other the psycho. Gavin runs a body shop in our area. We've got the name of the place, but apparently runs with a pretty tough crew with a ridiculous name.
A ridiculous name?
The Night Jackals. Criminal organization, loose term, steal cars, street race, kid shit.
Was that the name of the people that the police officer said got attacked, or their stuff was set on fire or something?
No, that is the biker gang.
Oh, that's a different group.
Yeah, that is my group. That
Oh,
one.
that's your.
Yeah, my group.
So sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all right. These things happen, huh? But no, this is another group, the Night Jackals.
Okay.
Yep, not
Interesting.
affiliated.
Gray, your cell phone dings as a text message comes in.
If it's my girlfriend, don't tell her where I am.
I don't think I know your girlfriend. I'll look at it.
It's from Officer Leggett. He's like, just checking in to make sure everything there is okay. There's been some sightings of those trucks I talked about to you in the area.
Have I heard anything more from the people here, or not since I talked to him?
Nope.
Haven't seen any myself. Definitely keeping an eye out, though.
Just wanted to make sure you're being careful.
Thanks for checking in. When are you stopping by next?
Okay. He's like, on nights for the next 2 weeks. Maybe I'll stop by tomorrow or the day after.
Not a problem. I'm always up late. See you then.
All right.
I think I will take out the other cell phone as well, since I've got like phones on the brain.
Yes.
And just send a message to and say I'll like run my idea by the group. Like, what do we think about? Went to find that thing you asked about, and the grocery store was completely cleaned out by the earlier crowd. Want to meet back up to figure out what else we can get? Something like that. What do you think?
Before we send that, do we want to go see Gavin?
It's pretty late. You don't think you have time to reach Gavin's place, and
not tonight?
No. The sun will be up in a few hours. You think that would be pretty tight for time?
When's the next chance we could all get together?
My dad's funeral is tomorrow, so I am. But after that, my schedule's pretty open.
I really should spend some time with the girlfriend.
Yeah, you gotta get some Chinese food, my friends.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, all right.
Kieran, it occurs to you that you couldn't buy the beers at the club. How are you going to buy the Chinese food on the way home?
Right. Yes. Speaking of Chinese food, can anyone lend me about $20? And
Tony
maybe
throws
25 so
40.
I can get the TCC back home.
Tony throws him 40 and offers him a ride.
Oh, you are such a sweetheart.
You're pathetic, you know.
I know, but I'm loving it.
So nice. So do you
Is
decide?
that what they call it?
Do you decide to meet back up in a couple nights then?
Yeah, I think so. Try to go over to
Okay.
Gavin's.
So in 2 nights, you're going to go over to Gavin's.
Do you want me to send a message that says, like, went to the grocery store to find such and such, like, I don't know,
in
Going to
code.
check a different. Going to check
Pringles,
A different,
sour cream,
going to check a
Pringles,
different
all-dressed
grocery
chips.
store.
Okay.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
one will ever
something like
guess this
that.
code.
Cleaned out by the early rush. Checking around for leads on other stores that have the brand you like.
Okay.
There we go.
Three little hearts
Yeah.
just to sell it.
Kissy face.
Yeah. Gray.
Kissy face. Yeah.
Gray has a hard time with emotions. Like those heart buttons
It's
are
just like
What do these emojis mean?
they're
But-
just little symbols.
like.
It's
I can just
fine.
see Gray going.
Plan-
I put hearts at the end of this, right? I put hearts.
She's not good at emotions, but she's an excellent
She-
liar.
She
That's
always
true,
puts
that's
the
true.
white and black hearts.
Do
They make
the
Ray.
eggplant.
Yes.
Do the eggplant and the water drops. That's it. Do that one.
I'm not doing that. They
So
won't know it's from me. They'll think it's from you.
so you send the
They'll
text.
think something happened
You
to me.
send the text message to Angela.
Yeah.
Okay. A little bit of time passes, and everybody's sort of on their way out to return to their havens. When you get a text message back, and Angela's like,
What the fuck?
"Okay," with a heart emoji followed by a shrug.
I think
You're
you
the
didn't
best.
use it right, Gray.
Gray will just write back. You
Okay.
do.
All right.
Okay.
Peaches.
Jacques, you get on your bike and head back.
Peaches, yeah, I'll send some peach emojis.
Okay, you said some peach emoji.
Love you too, Peaches.
Okay. Okay.
Millions.
You hope that lands appropriately. You hope that lands appropriately as the text message goes. Jacques,
Yes.
you drive home to your dad's house that night, which is where you've been staying.
I do, yeah.
And you make your way inside. Any routines Jacques has when he goes into the house, or
He takes his boots off at the door.
yeah?
Wipes off his
And-
beard.
Wipes off his beard. And actually is Jacqueline.
Jacqueline.
Yeah, and then like goes in, probably turns on the TV
Yeah.
with the remote, puts his feet up,
Okay.
just chills for a minute. Yeah.
All right. As you sit there with the TV on, and sort of think about what's gone on tonight and exactly what you've signed on to, maybe with good old Jake over at the cave.
Yep.
The channel changes of its own accord, and it goes over to, it switches over to like.
An ad for the funeral home.
No, it's like an evangelist or something, in the middle of the night.
It's me.
Like, yeah. It's
Non,
like
pas encore, mais God, yes.
it's like someone talk. It's like a minister talking about the evils of Dungeons and Dragons.
What is wrong with this remote control?
So
Oh,
you
dear.
change it back to whatever you're watching.
Yeah.
What are you watching?
The hockey game.
Hockey game? Because you
Yeah.
know,
The Canadians are
yeah,
playing.
it's a rerun. It's a rerun because at this time of
Love
night,
love.
at this time of night,
It's
It's
not
not
live.
it's not live. It's all like highlights in that and
Yeah.
Sportsnet. Yeah, it's there for a couple minutes, and then the channel changes again, and now it's like now it's like the kids channel,
Non,
some kind of
donc.
cartoon. I love you, you love me.
I cannot leave him with this. He shuts the TV off,
Yeah.
gets up, heads into the kitchen, just looks around with a sigh.
Yeah, as you get up and go to walk, you notice that your boots are now, they're not standing upright in the hallway, they're lying flat.
Ah, voyons. Je les ai mis là pourtant. I go put my boots back where they were.
Okay. And you,
Qu'est-ce qui se passe ce soir?
as you do that, out of the corner of your eye, can you give me an awareness wits?
Jacques sees nothing.
We know what your wits are like.
Okay, so
These gangrel,
awareness
they have minds like steel traps. There's no
that have sprung. Get this to work again.
So go and click on awareness.
I'm on awareness.
So click on awareness, and then it should ask you for a attribute.
Okay,
And
one
you want
second. Maybe it's
wits.
actually over here.
They have minds like steel traps
weird.
that didn't get springs installed.
Okay, hold on. Okay, second attribute.
Yep.
Wits. I'm in trouble.
And then zero.
This is going to be another monosyllabic sort of
0 on the modifier.
situation. Okay, submit. Difficulty 2.
Yeah.
Yep. Second attribute, none.
You have no awareness?
No, I have no awareness. You're not wrong.
You just have 1 in wits.
It's going to be a great roll.
There was no way to get that.
I will let you succeed this with a cost if you would like. And my
Okay, I think I'm going to have to go with that. Yeah.
We're going to make a frenzy check.
Okie dokie. Time to trash the house.
Okay, so go ahead and when you, out of the corner of your eye, there is a man standing in the hallway.
Okay.
Not by the front door, towards the back of the house. He's in the house. It startles you a little bit, and I would like you to click on the frenzy check button to see if you keep your shit together.
Okay, where is the frenzy check button?
Should be
starters?
under willpower, I believe.
Willpower. Okay, this is frenzy. Is that rolling now? Did it roll?
Let's
Do I need to click it again?
Hang on. Try it again. No?
Nothing?
Okay, hold on.
Do you have to double click it?
I don't think so. The resist
It's going really well over here.
frenzy, right?
I resisted it. It didn't even
roll.
roll.
It should bring
Yeah.
up a difficulty. So look to see if there's an input value box. Somewhere.
Oh, okay. 1 second here. Oh, yeah, there is. Okay,
Yeah,
difficulty
2,
2.
just 2, because it's just kind of startled you.
Ooh.
Oh, you do not frenzy. You resist it.
Good.
So what are you
The
going
house
to
remains
do?
intact. Excellent.
There is a man standing at the end of the hallway looking at you. You can't make out his
Do I
features.
recognize him?
No, it's too dark down there.
Hello?
Do you want to?
Is somebody there?
You could use your eyes of the beast to get a better look at him.
I could. Okay, let's do that.
Do you want to do that?
Do I have to roll for that? I can't
No,
remember.
eyes of the beast does not require a check for round. So your eyes glow red, and he's gone.
Strange. What is going on tonight? Allô? Y a-tu quelqu'un? Is anybody there?
There's no response.
Fucking weird. Okay. Bon, I better get myself to bed before the sun is up, or I'm gonna have big trouble.
So you go to bed. Listen, Tony, you drive Kieran over. He runs into the Chinese food and picks up his order and comes out.
I offer an egg roll, as is customary.
Kieran, I would like you.
Better be an egg roll.
I would like you to give me a composure intelligence check to see if you remembered your wife's sweet and sour.
No, I am mentally and socially.
Not your wife, your girlfriend. I know you're drained, so this is going to be impaired when it rolls. This is going to be fantastic.
Oh, is that fantastic?
So you're going to click on composure, and then the secondary attribute is intelligence.
Didn't you have one of the rolls easier or something? Did you ever use that?
Oh yeah, this one will be one difficulty lowered. You did have that, and we haven't used it yet. So
you got it. Give me 1 second because I keep fucking this up. All right, secondary attribute is intelligence.
Yes. And it will do the modifier for being impaired.
Yep. And then you set the difficulty to 1, right?
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, you did not remember the sweet and sour.
No,
so
I didn't.
You arrive outside, and now you're at home. And you're like, oh, you can see the light on up in your apartment. She's waiting. She's probably still up.
I am in so much trouble. I'll just say they're out. There we go.
Tony, you hear him say that.
Oh, yeah. That's totally going to work.
Thanks for the ride, love. I'll see you later.
So you get out and walk across the road into the apartment building. Tony, you get a text message at this point.
Okay.
It's Louis.
Oh, boy.
I'm using
I hate that guy.
The message says, I'm using it. You know how difficult this is for me. I would like to see you if possible. And with your blood bond, you feel like you probably should see him. It's been a while. Maybe you miss him?
Turn over the engine and start driving in his direction.
Okay. As you do that, yeah, the engine stalls on you.
Oh, shit.
Kieran.
Yeah.
You get upstairs to the apartment door.
Put the key in.
Yep.
Open it.
Okay.
Love.
I'm
back.
Everything's quiet inside. And there's a lamp on in your living room. The bedroom's just past. The door to the bedroom just past the living room is open. Just a bit. And on the table there is a box with a note on top that says sorry.
Oh. She came to her senses.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Pick up the box.
Oh no.
And I open it.
Tony, you're like, these Camrys are supposed to be reliable. And as you turn the key again, Kieran's apartment explodes. In a flash of light, glass shattering down onto the road everywhere. Fire alarms begin to blare. Smoke pouring now out of the broken and shattered windows. And I think that's where we'll end tonight.
Shit.
Thanks so much, everybody who came out. We had a little raid in there. We had some subs. We had some gifted subs. We had some dancing. We had some angsty teenagers, and we finished on a bang. Hey, if you'd like to go, if you'd like to go and check out, CanadianDice.ca, they're our sponsors. CanadianDice.ca. Use the code OMRD for Old Men Rolling Dice, and that will get you a 15% discount on your order, which is pretty good. Oh, thank
Speaking
you.
of Canadian dice,
Thank you for the
Canadian
follow. Thank you for the follow. And I'm gonna see if we can raid somebody that's also doing some Vampire the Masquerade. If there's
before you do your raid,
yeah,
speaking of Canadian dice, I know sometimes you travel to cons.
I do.
I travel quite a lot. When I travel, I like to take my dice. But you know what? I find regular dice are quite bulky.
They are.
Right? So, you know what Canadian dice has?
What does Canadian dice have?
They have a
What
set
do
of
they have?
mini dice. The same kind of dice,
What?
the same dice, but they're
What?
small. So you can travel with them a lot easier.
Perfect.
Mini
They're
dice?
awesome.
Is there
Mini
anything
dice.
that they don't have?
Is there anything better than that? Right? That's
I don't- I-
amazing.
It's
I couldn't tell you.
amazing.
That's amazing.
That's insane.
I think our cameras went away, by the way.
Oh,
Oh, they were
okay.
just
They may
funny
have. They
voices.
may have. Stand by. Stand by. Are they back? They're back.
Give it a sec.
They're back. Crazy stuff.
Hey, there it is.
Okay, we're gonna raid some fellow Vampire the Masqueraders. Stick around for point bonuses. We will be back next Tuesday with
Some of us.
with more Vampire the Masquerade. Maybe not Kieran
Too
though.
soon.
Maybe not Kieran. Goodbye, dear Kieran.
I've always wanted to blow up.
I know.
Wish fulfillment.
And live to
It's
tell the
happening
tale.
now.
The band covers Van Halen's Explosion.
Oh God.
And there we are now. Hey, /raid. Let's do this. There, the raid. The
Oh,
raid is plugged in and created.
buddy.
Thanks so much, everybody. We're gonna see you in a week's time for more Vampire.